In every era and every country, movements emerged that attempt to transform society. While some succeed, while others falter, and those social changes are usually caused by conflicts over facts, goals, methods, or values. Dated back into 1949, the Kuomintang led by President Chiang Kai-shek retreated from Nanjing to Taipei, and it continued to conquer sovereignty over all China. While the Communist People's Republic of China come to be the only China and the ROC no longer existed.
当时两岸开始进入长期对峙状态，戒严令开始成为中华民国政府在台湾稳固统治的重要法律，并等同宣布台湾处于战争的紧急状态。
Therefore, martial law was imposed on Taiwan to implement the strict political censorship, such as regulate and prevent unlawful assembly, association, procession, petition, straight under martial law. The measures to regulate newspapers, magazines, and book publication and the regulations for the punishment of rebellion. A dark period in Taiwan history, known as White Terror.
蒋中正为了巩固在台政权，借由戒严统治，压制反对意见，造成白色恐怖。
Around 140,000 Taiwanese were imprisoned during this period, and about 3,000 to 4,000 were executed for their real or perceived opposition to the Kuomintang. They were labeled by the Kuomintang as bandit spies.
常常听到杀猪拔毛的标语，只要是被当成共匪嫌疑犯，几乎直接被拉去枪决，少数的被判刑入狱。人民为求自保，告密者到处都是，经常造成冤死、冤狱，人与人之间的信赖感尽失，人心惶惶，不可终日，惊恐到了极点。
They are speaking in Taiwanese, not Chinese. What's 228? February 28, 1947.
Chiang Kai-shek's army killed 20,000 Taiwanese in 1 week. It's illegal to talk about it.
What do they say?
Independence.
Taiwan's intellectual and social allies were mostly imprisoned, since Kuomintang feared they might sympathize with communism. The Formosan League for Re-Emancipation was an incident during White Terror. The members of World United Formosans for Independence were arrested in 1950 for similar reasons. Some prisoners did meant to do something. In 1970, a group of Taiwanese dissidents, some of them are still prisoners in Jianmei, put together a detailed list of 214 prisoners and letter to Amnesty International. In this period, Taiwan was effectively a one-party state under the rule of the Kuomintang. However, during the late 1970s, people seeking democracy gradually. The Formosa incident was the result of pro-democracy demonstrations that occurred in Kaohsiung on December 10, 1979.
组织群众进行游行及演讲，诉求民主与自由。在美丽岛事件后，台湾人民开始关心台湾政治，国民党政府不断遭受国际舆论的压力和党外势力的挑战，使台湾渐渐走向解严、开放党禁、报禁，因而得以实现真正的民主、自由与人权。
This event had the effect of galvanizing the Taiwanese community into political actions, and regarded as one of the events that eventually led to democracy in Taiwan. White Terror was similar to McCarthyism, which was also known as a second-rate scare in the United States. During the McCarthy era, thousands of Americans were accused of being communists or communist sympathizers. People lived in great fear and suspicion. Since people were often given credence despite inconclusive or questionable evidence, these two events are caused by conflicts which are democracy versus communism. Thus resulted a tremendous social change, which was people lived in great fear. Additionally, both of them ended in similar way as well, and another social change occurred because the conflict was solved. Enforcement was relaxed after Chiang Kai-shek's death in 1975, and the lifting of martial law in 1987 was held as a great transition of Taiwanese politics and society. While some limitations still exist in continuing nationalist party dominance of the central government and the government news media, as well as the slow pace of privatization of public enterprises, the political transformation was swift and peaceful. After 1987, the pace of both political democratization and economic liberalization accelerated. Taiwan economy transformed from chaotic into an accelerated growth and high-tech industrialization period in 1980. Republic of China government carried out land reform policies, such as the 375 rent reduction after they retreated. In the 1960s, the agrarian economy was replaced with light industry as small and medium enterprises started to form. From 1966 to 1980, Taiwan's economy was gradually stabilized as the 10 major construction projects laid a foundation in further economic development. After the 1980s, the role of government in the economy gradually lessened as many government-owned corporations were privatized. Over the past 25 years, Taiwan has continued to remove the shackles of all political restrictions. More importantly, it has largely accomplished the emancipation and liberation of personal mindsets, social culture, and collective consciousness. The thriving political scene and flourishing social activism have helped boost the development of the creative and cultural industries in recent years. They are the fruits of the lifting of martial law in the late President Chiang Ching-kuo's final months. Tension and conflict in a society sometimes cause social change, but sometimes doesn't. Looking through the period of imposing martial law till the time it was lifted, we can clearly see the social change caused by conflict, but also the social change that's not caused by conflict.